Hidden deep within Boruto Uzumaki is a mysterious power that could change the ninja world forever. This power could be the key to permanently defeating the ultimate threat that is plaguing the ninja world, the Otsutsuki clan. The power locked away within Boruto is called the Jogan, directly meaning pure eye. A dojutsu shrouded in secret. Only those from the Otsutsuki clan have ever been able to recognize the special eye, and each one has mentioned how important it is. There is only one person who can help Boruto unlock this incredible power: Toneri Otsutsuki. Unfortunately, Toneri is currently frozen in time on the moon for the next couple of thousand years. But hey, this is the world of anime we're talking about here. Nothing but death lasts forever, and plenty of characters have already come back from that one. If Toneri was meant to never be involved in the story again, he would have been killed off instead of frozen. It's clear that eventually, he is going to be freed and play a major role. How Toneri is going to be freed and how he could impact the story is what we are going to be talking about today. Toneri's knowledge of Boruto's hidden Kekkei Genkai, the Jogan, could reveal a lot of information that so far has been hidden. A lot of obstacles stay in the way of Toneri's freedom. At the moment, not too many people are even aware of Toneri's existence, let alone the fact that he is trapped on the moon. Despite the difficulty, Boruto has a couple of abilities at his disposal that could help. But before we dive into this interstellar prison break, be sure to subscribe to the channel with notifications on to never miss an upload, and smash that like button for some plot armor today. Toneri and the Jogan. So far, Toneri and the Jogan have really only been important in the Boruto anime. In the manga, Toneri is yet to appear, and the Jogan has only shown up in the flash forward at the very beginning of the series. And so for that reason, let's do a quick recap on Toneri Otsutsuki and how he's connected to the Jogan for those who haven't seen the anime or may need a refresher. Toneri first appeared as the primary antagonist in the last Naruto movie. He was a descendant of Hamura Otsutsuki, the brother of the Sage of Six Paths, and lived on the moon. 1,000 years after Hamura's death, Toneri was the last survivor of his family. In his isolation, Toneri misinterpreted Hamura's decree and planned on destroying the Earth by crashing the moon into it. After the destruction, Toneri planned to remake the world free of corruption. As part of his plan, Toneri attempted to marry Hinata, a pure-blooded princess of the Hyuga clan, and make her his queen. Through the combined efforts of Hinata and Naruto, they managed to defeat Toneri and convince him that Hamura did not want the destruction of Earth. As punishment for his crimes, Toneri chose to exile himself on the moon. And for the next couple of years, Toneri stood watch over Earth from the moon. He attempted to fix distortions in space-time to avoid drawing the attention of the Otsutsuki clan. In the anime, while Boruto was in the academy, Toneri became aware of the existence of a dangerous experiment called Nue. In the novels, it is mentioned that because Toneri was afraid that his personal involvement would alert the Otsutsuki, Toneri instead chose to contact Boruto. While dreaming, Boruto met Toneri, who told him that he held a special power in his right eye and that he carried the fate of the world. After this dream, Boruto temporarily had access to the Jogan in his right eye. This eye worked very similarly to the Byakugan. Boruto could sense a person's chakra paths, detect when someone was under the influence of Nue's power, and track a person's chakra. The Jogan holds more powers than that though. With it, Boruto can see through the barriers between dimensions and interdimensional portals. Using the Jogan, our hero was able to defeat Nue and save the village. After this event, the Jogan became dormant for a time. From the novelization of the anime, we know for a fact that the Jogan was not given to Boruto by Toneri. There was a power inside him that Toneri temporarily unlocked, unique from any other dojutsu previously shown. The Otsutsuki did eventually come to Earth. A low-ranking clan member named Uroshiki found Toneri. Because Toneri had chosen to side with the humans of Earth, he was deemed a traitor to the Otsutsuki. Because Uroshiki wasn't permitted to kill fellow clan members, he trapped Toneri in a jutsu that froze him in time. According to Uroshiki, Toneri would be petrified for the next 10,000 years, unable to assist Boruto any further. Later on, Boruto would briefly activate the Jogan while fighting incredibly powerful enemies like Momoshiki and Uroshiki. When he battled Uroshiki, Boruto used the Jogan to predict where he would open his portals ahead of time. There is very little information out there about the Jogan or how it relates to Toneri, but there is enough info that we can create some pretty solid theories on how it will play into the story. Why is the Jogan important? The most important thing that we know about the Jogan is that it is a power that exclusively belongs to the Otsutsuki. No other person should have access to this ability. And even beyond that criteria, it is also exceedingly rare as well. Close to a dozen different Otsutsuki clan members have been introduced so far, and none of them have even possessed the Jogan. Strangely, Boruto had the Jogan before he received Momoshiki's Karma Seal and technically became an Otsutsuki. Despite not being a member of the clan, Boruto could still use the Jogan. The reason might be because Boruto is spiritually and genetically connected to so many Otsutsuki members. His father Naruto was the reincarnation of Ashura Otsutsuki. Naruto also received chakra from Hagoromo Otsutsuki, the Sage of Six Paths, during the 4th Great Shinobi War. Boruto's mother Hinata also received chakra from Hamura while on the moon. Both the Uzumaki and Hyuga clans are descendants of the Otsutsuki too. Boruto's connection to numerous Otsutsuki members might have been enough to activate the Jogan within him. Another interesting aspect about the Jogan is that the few times that Boruto's body was taken over by Momoshiki, he wasn't able to activate it. Every time Momoshiki is in control, only a Byakugan appears in his right eye. It seems that even if Momoshiki somehow took permanent possession of Boruto, the Jogan would still be out of his reach. The eye appears to be spiritually connected to Boruto instead of biologically. Another important aspect of the Jogan is the prophecy surrounding it. Every Otsutsuki that Boruto has encountered has mentioned how important his Jogan is and how it will decide the fate of the world. Toneri said that his eye was the Star of Hope and will shoulder the fate of this world. Momoshiki told Boruto that his blue eye shall eventually take everything from him. Somehow the presence of the Jogan makes Boruto a serious threat to the Otsutsuki clan as a whole. At the moment, there are just too many questions surrounding the Jogan to know for sure how it will impact the future. Toneri may be the one person who can give Boruto those answers. How will Boruto free Toneri? Toneri is currently thousands of miles away from Boruto and not even on the same planet. None of the heroes are even aware that Toneri is frozen, so how will Boruto even begin the quest to free him? In the manga, Boruto was recently killed by Kawaki to prevent Momoshiki's resurrection. To save his own spirit, Momoshiki rewrote the remaining 18% of Boruto's Karma Seal to revive him. Now Boruto is genetically an Otsutsuki and has access to all of Momoshiki's abilities and battle experience. It is even possible that Boruto could access Momoshiki's memories. Boruto will likely want to learn more about the Otsutsuki clan and his powers. This investigation might prompt Naruto or Hinata to remember Toneri. From there, Boruto could draw the connection between his dream and the Jogan. Alternatively, Boruto could access Momoshiki's memories and recall Urashiki's attack on Toneri. Urashiki was Momoshiki's underling, so he would likely be aware of Toneri's imprisonment on the moon. Regardless of how Boruto learns about Toneri, he would realize that he would be the person to give him answers about the Otsutsuki clan and the Jogan. The difficult part would be reaching Toneri. With Sasuke's Rinnegan destroyed, their ability to travel through space-time has been hampered. Luckily, Boruto has learned to open dimensional portals called Karma Rifts like Momoshiki did, and as such, he would be able to travel to the moon and reach Toneri. Once he's in contact with Toneri, freeing him shouldn't be too difficult. As a high-ranking member of the Otsutsuki, Momoshiki should know how to undo Urashiki's time freeze jutsu. Boruto could either directly search through Momoshiki's memories for the answer, or strike a deal with him for the solution. Once he has the info he needs, Boruto can finally free Toneri from his time prison. His 10,000-year sentence would end a couple thousand years early. What will Toneri do? Toneri's freedom will open a lot of doors in the series. He clearly knows about the Jogan and how it works. Toneri could finally reveal what destiny Boruto is supposed to fulfill. He'd be able to answer how Boruto will affect the fate of the world and why he was chosen to do so. We could also get concrete answers on how Boruto was able to activate the Jogan in the first place. Toneri could possibly provide a new lore dump on the Otsutsuki clan. He could provide important information about their society and how their caste system works. We already know that Kaguya and Urashiki were apparently low-ranking members of the clan. Momoshiki and Ishiki were above them in status. But is there another rank above those two? Clearly there is someone in charge telling the Otsutsuki what to do and what plants to harvest. Just how far does the Otsutsuki hierarchy go? The clan may be led by some kind of matriarch or patriarch that acts as their monarch. This leader could be thousands of times stronger than any of the Otsutsuki we have seen before. If that leader were to personally come to Earth, the ninja world would be in serious trouble. Toneri may also know about the Otsutsuki's homeworld. The clan would have had to originate somewhere in the multiverse. They may very well still use that starting planet as a kind of home base. We could get info about this planet's history and how it differs from Earth. This would be the point where Boruto goes full sci-fi. The most vital piece of information that Toneri could possibly give would be any weaknesses that the Otsutsuki have. The clan is so incredibly powerful and godlike, but they must have some kind of flaw that the ninja world could exploit. So what could be their kryptonite? That secret vulnerability might just be the Jogan. Boruto's dojutsu has definitely caused problems for the Otsutsuki in the past. Momoshiki called it troublesome, and with it, Boruto was able to counter Urashiki's teleporting ability. The Jogan might be the key to taking down the Otsutsuki clan for good. Toneri's knowledge of the Jogan would be extremely useful. He was able to temporarily activate it for Boruto before. Now that Boruto has gotten stronger, Toneri may be able to fully unlock it for him. And even if he could immediately unlock it for Boruto, he could still train him on how to use it. This would explain how Boruto has mastery over the Jogan in the flash forward. Information about the Otsutsuki clan and the Jogan wouldn't be the only thing that Toneri could do for Boruto though. At the end of the last movie, Toneri lost access to his Tentagon. These eyes gave him the power to compete with 6 past stage mode Naruto and even cut the moon in half. Without them, Toneri is blind and much weaker than he was before. This is how Urashiki was able to beat him easily in their fight. In his current state, Toneri is in no condition to fight any Otsutsuki members, let alone enemies like Code or the remaining members of Kara. Despite his diminished power, Toneri can still boost Boruto's strength even further. Every Otsutsuki can place a Karma Seal on a suitable vessel. This seal grants the vessel all of the Otsutsuki members' abilities and skills while slowly turning them into an Otsutsuki. Normally this is done so the Otsutsuki can reincarnate through the vessel, but they have the option of giving them a white Karma Seal instead. The white Karma gives the host almost all of the Otsutsuki powers, but without the possibility of reincarnation. Code received a white Karma Seal from Momoshiki when he failed to be a suitable vessel. We already know that Boruto is compatible with the Karma Seal that Momoshiki gave him, so why wouldn't he be compatible with another? Toneri could give Boruto his white Karma Seal. This would give Boruto the powers of 2 Otsutsuki members, more than enough power to help Boruto deal with Code and potentially any new Otsutsuki that came to Earth. How will the Jogan defeat the Otsutsuki? We've covered how Boruto could potentially free Toneri and what Toneri could do for Boruto. But how will all these new powers and information play into the story? What could the end of Boruto possibly look like? At the moment, Boruto's biggest problem is Code and his goal of fulfilling Ishiki's dream of godhood. But there is another issue waiting in the background. Even if Boruto can defeat Code, there are still possibly dozens or hundreds of Otsutsuki members out there somewhere. All of them jumping from planet to planet, consuming chakra fruits and getting stronger. Eventually, other members will come to Earth again for fruit and destroy the world. When that time comes, there may not be someone like Naruto or Boruto ready to stop them. To ensure the planet's safety permanently, they have to deal with the Otsutsuki clan soon. When the full abilities of the Jogan are unlocked, it could be the exact solution they need. We know so little about the Jogan that we can only speculate on its full capabilities, but we have some pretty strong evidence for our theories. We know for a fact the Jogan is connected in some way to the Otsutsuki teleportation jutsu. Boruto could predict where and when a portal would open using the Jogan. We also know that the Jogan can track a person's chakra through dimensions. Using these abilities, Boruto could hunt down every Otsutsuki member across dimensions. Kinda like what Sasuke was doing at the beginning of the series, but more successful. Boruto could beat an Otsutsuki assassin, killing each clan member until there are none left. But you know what, as cool as it would be to see Boruto pull an Itachi, a full massacre doesn't seem like his style. Alternatively, Boruto could use his connections to the dimensional portals to his advantage. Maybe the Jogan could become strong enough to take their teleportation jutsu away from them. It's possible that Boruto could lock the Otsutsuki out of Earth's dimension, making it impossible for them to travel to the Earth ever again. He could even take it a step further and trap all the Otsutsuki in their home world, stopping them from destroying any other planets forever. Another option is to do something similar to Kaguya and teleport the entire dimension outside the range of the clan's teleporting powers. Boruto could also strip the Otsutsuki of the ability to harvest chakra fruits altogether. In order to create a god tree that bears a chakra fruit, the Otsutsuki must first plant the 10-tailed seed inside the planet's core. These 10-tailed seeds must come from a specific place. Boruto could use his Jogan to find that location and destroy the source of the seeds. No more seeds means no more planet harvesting, saving the multiverse. Our last theory for this video is admittedly the most extreme. We've mentioned before that the manifestation of the Jogan seems to be connected to some kind of prophecy based on how Momoshiki and Toneri talked about it. What if the Jogan is an omen for the birth of a powerful Otsutsuki? An Otsutsuki that is powerful enough to challenge their leader and potentially replace them? What if the prophecy that Boruto is fulfilling is about him becoming the new god of the Otsutsuki clan? As a new deity, Boruto could decree that Earth is off limits for the clan, saving his home. The downside to this would be that Boruto might have to leave Earth forever. The price for Earth's safety would be that Boruto would have to live and leave with the Otsutsuki, abandoning his friends and family forever. It would be a bittersweet ending to the series that would definitely set it apart from the happy resolution in Naruto. But ultimately, those are just some of our theories and we want to know some of yours. Do you think that Boruto is going to become an actual god? Let us know down in the comments what you think the Jogan means and how Toneri is going to impact the story. As always, I'm Slice of Otaku. Thank you all so much for watching and have an awesome day. I love you.